At the beginning of each week, I put prayers together for the Pray Day team, and I always include a prayer for understanding. This week I chose two passages from the Old Testament and one from the New that really challenged me, and they mean a lot to me right now, and I hope they mean something to you as well. The first passage is this: "You were shown these things so that you might know that the Lord is God. Besides him there is no other." Deuteronomy 4:35. This is what Moses said to Israel when Israel was about ready to enter the promised land, and they were still on the east side of the Jordan River in the wilderness. And Moses reminds them of a whole bunch of events that have shaped them, how God spoke to them, how they were delivered from Egypt. "You were shown these things so that you might know that the Lord is God. Besides him, there is no other." They would be tempted when they entered the promised land. They might forget God in the new territory. They might find other power sources that would emerge that they would follow and turn to. But Moses says, know that the Lord is God. Besides him, there is no other. Are we being shown things right now to help us remember God? When we hear, the Lord is God, besides him there is no other, does that challenge our self-reliance or our trust in technology or economy or policy or someone else that we hope will offer us meaning and security or immortality of some sort? This week, was there a moment for you, or more than one moment, when you knew the Lord is God? Besides him, there is no other. Here's the second passage, also from the Old Testament. "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Psalm 46:10. This is a well-known lyric from an ancient worship song, a psalm. It was composed after the people of Judah were delivered from their enemies during the reign of King Jehoshaphat. Great name. Emmaus Road sings a song or two with these lyrics, "Be still and know that I am God," and many of us who grew up in the church might have been singing an old hymn called "Be Still" as well. Here's a question. Were these words, "Be still and know that I am God," were these spoken to proud enemies of Israel, enemies of God, to silence them, to stop them from fighting, to stop them from attacking, to help them realize it's futile? Or are these words aimed at anxious followers of God, to be still, to trust? Or do these words go to both groups? And which group are we? Are we proud enemies of God? Are we at odds with him? Or are we anxious followers, prone to not trust him? Or are we both at different times? Is it hard? Is it tough to be still? To know that God is God? Is it hard to stop, to pause from our industry and our hard work, from our striving, from our conflict, to acknowledge that life's outcomes really are not in our hands, but they're in God's hands? I think it's hard. The third passage from the New Testament, "Be still." Mark 4:39. This is when Jesus rebukes the storm with those two words, "Be still." He then turns to his disciples. Why do they fear? Where has their faith gone, he asks. Well, we can certainly give reasons for why we have fear. Death roams outside, the pandemic silently spreads, our jobs, our careers, our education, everything's disrupted, everything's dismantled. But the Son of God asks us to follow, to trust, to obey, and he demonstrates power over storms of all kinds. Is this a moment where we are challenged to find our faith and to hold on to it while in this boat and we don't know where the storm is leading us or how long the storm is going to last? Is this a moment for us to renew our trust, not in something, but in someone? The scale of COVID-19 is unique. The world hasn't experienced something exactly like this. This is new for us. But the challenge to respond to Christ, to hold on to faith, is always there. It's articulated to every generation in every place. It's for you and for me right now.